Fucking walking around the lampshade. Are we on?
What is going on, you guys? What's happening? It is your man Leo Brown, Barrels and Leafs, and we are live. We are live at Liberty Tobacco, right here on Claremont Mesa Boulevard. If you don't know, now you know. And currently, I am with two of the best, and to my right, my man James Agopian.
How you guys
Good to see you again, brother.
Pleasure to be here, bro.
Yep.
Thanks for having me back.
And my man, Mr. Michael Bates.
What's
going on, man? It's always fun sitting down with either one of these guys. I know, Mike, you haven't been on the show before, but
my first time.
First time. And James and I, we've done two.
Oh,
Yeah.
1.5. Technically.
Right,
1.5. We were
Yeah.
on the Bakersfield show, right?
Right. Yeah. So you know, it's always fun getting together, man, and seeing different people. So you guys, make sure you come on down here to Liberty Tobacco today. There is a Sinistro cigar event today, and we got some people already starting to come in. We're gonna get James and Mike out of here so that they can go do what they do, which is sell. And we're gonna get a little bit of history, a little bit of background about Liberty Tobacco, how long it's been here, and who's running what. And we're gonna talk a little bit to James about some of the upcoming things if you guys don't know. So and now you will know. So the first thing I'm gonna do, James.
I'm trying to pull up the cast so I can see everything. Oh, you gotta have it right there, huh?
What's that? Yeah. Well, you can pull it up too. That's fine. Cause I tag you in it. Yeah, I tag you in it too if you want to pull up yours. So let's just get down to it, James.
Let's get down to it.
PCA, baby. We just got done with it, right?
Well, they canceled.
Well, no, I'm talking about the name. I'm talking about the trade show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the trade show. We just got done with the trade show, right? So you got a couple of things going on right now. You got Honor Amongst Thieves coming out, right? And congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And you also what? You had did you have the pre-release or did you have the most recent?
Everybody has the pre-release.
Yeah.
Everybody's gotten the pre-release. No one's gotten the actual release.
No, yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So you got the you got the Honor Amongst Thieves, and then you also have something going on with the core line with some Lanceros going on, if I understand right. So you want to let everybody know what's going on with the Lanceros and the Honor Amongst Thieves.
So the Honors actually just landed today. We had a little bit of a problem with the hurricane that just passed.
Right.
So they landed today. Everyone will get them on. Everything's leaving Monday from the warehouse, so everyone should be getting them in hopefully soon.
Right.
Probably by the end of next week.
Okay.
Very anticipated. I've had people call me up and like up their orders. Hopefully we'll be able to fill out all the orders and stuff over the weekend and get it out.
Right.
But we won't have any more until mid to end of November. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, man, it's been. We want to make sure we get everything out the right way.
Right.
So we always have people testing the cigars while it's sitting in the aging room.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it make like from what I've seen from the last batch that we got out and what we're getting out right now, it's gonna need probably till about that time to get it done and out. So yeah, I know it sucks, but it's handmade, bro. What are you gonna do, right? Yeah, you can't.
And plus, you can't beat Mother Nature.
Beggars can't be choosers. You know what I mean?
Right. So what's going on with the Lanceros, bro? What's up with that?
Okay,
so you're doing it with the core line, right?
Okay, yeah. So we did a Last Cowboy Lancero for Privada Cigar Club.
Mm-hmm.
It did really, really well. And then another customer asked for Last Cowboy Lanceros, Mordo.
Right,
the last
Mordo.
guy we did a show
Yeah.
with. So he has them coming. And then they did so well with Privada that they ordered some more, so they have theirs coming again. But since the Lanceros were doing so good, and I am actually a huge Lancero guy myself.
Are you?
Huge.
I didn't know that.
Huge, dude. Big on Lancero, Corona, and Robusto. Those are my go-tos.
Okay.
Usually. But because I was such a big Lancero guy, I was like, well, might as well try him in the core line.
Okay.
So probably in the next year, not this year, we'll be introducing a box with red, white, and black Lanceros, and another size that we're not really going too hard. We're not talking about Troich right now.
Okay.
So we'll be doing Lancero and something special for everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, I know Gerard was on a couple of days ago, I saw a live, well, not a live, but he did a video, and he was talking about the honors, yeah. And I know there's going to be a short run, like you were saying right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
We got bombarded with orders.
Right.
So, you know, he's actually, he started pre-selling, and I think he told me the first hour he sold 8 boxes.
You're on live TV right now.
Yeah, you covered him up on TV.
No, I didn't see it.
That's what I love about live shows, you guys. There's nothing that you're not going to see.
Okay.
It's my importer that makes it. If you want, I'll get you. No, I'll get you the connection with more.
That's a Buffalo too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
El Artista makes them out of the El Artista factory in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
He's actually just started importing for me. Ram, one of the nicest guys in the industry. I don't know if you've tried the cigar, but the Buffalo 10 is actually a very, very good cigar.
I have not had it. I have not.
No, I've never even heard of it.
I just saw it a couple of days ago. That's what actually, I looked at the band, that's what made me recognize it, because it's kind of plain, but it says what it needs to say.
Yeah, it's plain and it pops out at you.
Right.
Actually, you know, he has another one called the Cimarron.
Okay, I have seen that.
The natural, that I've only smoked the natural out of that line, and the natural is actually very good. And for me, Connecticut's I'm not a huge fan of. Right. But the natural on that line is actually very, very good cigar, and like great family, great people, and my new importer. So big shout out to Ram, Dominican and all that stuff.
Right on.
But I'll get you this connection.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. Obviously, somebody's interested in it. So
Yeah.
I think you're the customer.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So talk to us, you know, you have the honor amongst thieves, and the tagline with it is rather fail with honor than succeed by fraud. What made you come up with that? How did you come up with that?
Well, I mean, honor among thieves is kind of an oxymoron, right?
Right.
So kind of wanted to, I got like, so in the Dominican Republic, like things don't, like in Spanish, things don't translate as easy, right? So
right.
Every time I would tell people in the Dominican, this is the name of the cigar, and I would say it in Spanish, obviously. And when I would say, oh, this is the name of the cigar, they would look at me like it's very taboo over there. You know what I mean? Like thieves, like they have honor? What are you talking about?
Right.
So I kind of like added, not because of that, but I wanted to show that like that's the kind of company we are. We're not like promoting thievery, but we're more people that you know, we'd rather fail with honor than succeed by fraud. That's just the kind of company we are anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a tagline for our company too. So I mean, all our customers know we treat them like really as best as we can. So
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Been
Very
working with
good.
James now for since December, I think. I think it was December
Yeah,
when we made my
easy,
first
yeah.
order. And top notch, first class, upfront, honest, right from the get go. You know what you're going to get. Keeps you apprised of what's going on, and easy to work with.
Yes.
You know, unlike there's some industries, man,
Right.
that are difficult.
Yeah.
You know? They act like you need them, and it should be a partnership, and we should be working together in this industry. So,
Well,
I definitely appreciate that.
you're 100% right. It's crazy how sometimes I realize like some brands they like make it seem like you need them. It's like wait a minute, I'm the
We need each other.
yeah. I'm the reason why people are coming and
Coming to the
buying your
place.
cigars,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Like,
yeah.
if you make another brand tomorrow, if I don't put it in my store, no one's gonna go online and buy a box. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't make sense.
What they don't understand, man, is like I've eliminated some lines here because I've had a bad relationship with some of the reps. And you know what? A lot of these customers that come in, they usually trust the person working behind the counter, especially when you build rapport. So when you steer them to another cigar, you're not gonna lose business.
No.
They're gonna keep coming. As long as you're honest enough from them.
And as long as it's a good stick.
As long as it's a good cigar.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Just like I expect, James to be honest with me, the customers expect that same treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our industry, it's funny how it doesn't work in a full circle like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's kind of what we were talking about earlier today too. When we were going to get something to eat, how the industry actually works. you know?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a conversation about that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the industry I'm in. I would change a few people if I could, but I mean, that's with every industry, right?
Right.
You got to take the good with the bad as you go.
So you guys, again, we are here at Liberty Tobacco, sitting with James and Logan from Sinistro Cigars and Mr. Mike Bates of Liberty Tobacco. And if you guys have any questions for James, go ahead and pop them out there. If you guys have any questions for Mike for the lounge, go ahead and pop them out there.
Winters, that's the
Yeah.
Your box is right here, bro. Come on down. It's waiting for you.
So, Mike, you've been here at Liberty for a little while now.
Been here for a little over 2 years as an employee, but I've been a customer for 10.
Right. And you've got your feet wet with the place. So,
Yeah.
what's the history behind this place? What is it?
This history goes way back before you even knew it.
Right.
And a little bit of history that I know about. Basically, it opened up in 1975. We're a true tobacconist shop. We have pipe tobacco. We have a big pipe tobacco market here. We have a good selection of cigars. We have about a $300,000 inventory here.
Right.
We have a second location that's been open for 10 years. But essentially what happened was, as I know it, two guys that own this place. They started it in 1975. My boss, Charlie Hangin, bought the place in 1985.
Wow.
He left the banking industry, decided he wanted to be into cigars, bought the place, and then I guess the rest is history. There was a cigar boom in the 90s. And
Free cigars?
Free cigars?
yeah,
2 comps or where?
it's on there. Buy 5, get 2, buy 10, get 3.
Hey, we're the 2.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Okay,
we.
yes, specific. Yeah,
I thought you were saying we get free cigars, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, but we have a loyal clientele that go back to 20 years.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
They people
That's
are
what
great.
they want.
They're loyal. They come back all the time.
Right.
It's a great place, man. And one of the greatest things about Liberty is, and I assume it's like this in a lot of shops, or at least a lot of shops that I've been to. It doesn't matter who you are, how you were raised, what you do for a living. You're always accepted.
Right.
You're always welcome.
And that seems to be the cigar industry.
For the most part. I've been to a couple,
Yeah.
where I walk in and you can tell they know you're not from there.
Oh, man.
And it's like, to break the ice, to be a part of that.
Right.
I mean, I went to a place in West Virginia, man. I sat down, I'll just stare there.
Yeah.
But you don't take it personally. You try to strike up a conversation within 15, 20 minutes. And
Right.
I mean, it's up to the shop owner at that point. Like when I owned my shop, I would tell everybody, hey, you make people feel uncomfortable in here, you should go, not
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's why it's such a great atmosphere in here, and people don't. You don't get that when you walk in here. People
No.
don't look at you
No.
like they're welcoming, as opposed to like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've had a couple people tell me they didn't feel welcome here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes I have to look at them and go, it might be you.
Right. Yeah.
Because this place, when I first stepped in, went through that front door, September of 09, Labor Day weekend, there were 3 guys in the shop. I sat down and I was in a conversation with them.
Right.
And it made me want to come back, and I have been for the last 10 years. And so I've always felt people here to be warming, welcoming. It's a great place. It doesn't matter if you smoke a cheap Molo cigar. It doesn't matter if you smoke a high-end Padron or Davidoff. You can sit down next to a lawyer. You can be a landscaper. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do band check here.
No.
No one does that. Like,
What are you smoking? Yeah.
before you sit down,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, hold on, are these my people or not?
Well, what's funny is I do the band check, but for a whole other reason. I want to know what people are
Smoking.
Yeah. So then when they come through the doors, maybe we're out of it, or maybe you get a new cigar that comes in, and I remember that person smoked this, so you know what, you may like this. Why don't
Right.
you give this a try?
Yep.
Yeah, or did you like that cigar
Yeah.
you were having? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, if you like that, dude, you should try this too. Yeah,
So that's
the
why
best
I
way
do
to
it.
be. Yeah,
Not in a
that's it.
condescending way,
Right.
but in a way that I could, learn what the customers like. And
Right.
And one thing you forgot to mention is like every Sunday, was it Sunday that you guys do the
Every
pipe?
Sunday, that's
Yeah.
a great. Every Sunday, we have a pipe club, San Diego Pipe Club. A gentleman by the name of Chip is the one who started it. God rest his soul. He's moved on. He passed away, but his legacy lives on through the Pipe Club. So if you come here on Sundays, the official time is 2, but if you come in around noon, there's going to be guys here in this back area right here. You're going to have 15, 20 guys. They're going to be sharing pipe tobacco blends, ideas, how they do things, and a great group of guys.
Wow.
And I'm not a huge pipe guy.
Neither am I.
No.
But it's awesome that there's a place
Yeah.
set
To
to
go.
go and just
Yeah.
because I've noticed like pipe guys, they kind of like they get pushed out of everywhere. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I know there's a huge stigma on cigars, like depending on where you go smoke.
Right,
Obviously,
yeah.
Yeah.
not in shops, but like pipe guys probably have it worse than we do because
Yeah.
there's no place for them,
For them
to
to go, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So.
Yep.
You know,
No.
it's pretty cool that you guys invite, you know,
Yeah.
because they are part of our. I'd rather have those guys as a part of our group than the vape guys.
So that's what I'm
Yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
camaraderie among those guys.
Yeah,
is great.
it's awesome.
A couple weekends ago, they had a big barbecue with that
Nice.
outside.
Nice.
In November, they're all going out to Vegas for a pipe tobacco event. So you know they do things together outside of it, and like I said, it's a great. We have a great selection of pipe tobacco. I mean, whether it be Bolt or 10, it doesn't matter. English, Cavendish, Virginia. I mean, no matter what your palate is, you're gonna find something.
It's always good. It's always good to come in here, and it's like you said, James. I mean, it's inviting. That's the first thing. You have very knowledgeable people behind the counter.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what really counts. You know, what I mean, because you walk into a place and you got somebody that you know is bullshit.
Yeah.
You want to turn around and walk out.
I'll totally be honest. You know, when I was in the retail side of things, obviously you go around places, you know, you go to different places and stuff. And before I came into Liberty, I had heard about Liberty because it's been here for so long, and you know, they're obviously a TAA store.
Right.
So they in California they have like a really good selection of cigars. So
Sure.
the first time I came in here, I was actually when Mike was like, okay, let's open an account. I was like, I'm gonna be in Liberty. So it was a big step for me. I know I didn't play it down more
Yeah.
than but it was a huge move for me
Yeah.
because like I've always wanted to be.
Yeah.
There's a few stores that I had in mind that I've always wanted to be in, and this was one of those stores.
It's a staple store.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's funny, everybody, you know, we all know Ron over in general.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, and I was hanging out with him here last week. And he said the same thing. He goes, when he took on the job, when he was with the other company, he goes, I heard about Liberty, and I wanted to go get it, but I was nervous. He goes,
Same here, bro.
He goes, I thought the owner was going to be a jerk, and and he goes, I came in, he goes, man, this place is awesome.
Right.
He goes, man, it's welcoming. He goes, I couldn't believe Charlie was the owner. He was like the nicest guy to come in.
Right.
No, so like I said, everyone's always invited here.
It is, man. I like the atmosphere. I know, some years back when I first got out here, and I was told about Liberty Tobacco, and the first thing that came out of somebody's mouth is that there's a lot of old retired vets that's in there. They may look at you funny. So I came in, and I did get the look. I mean, obviously, I don't look like the majority of cigar smokers, right? So
I don't either, bro. Look, I mean, we have a new usually reps come in like button-down shirts and slacks.
but I
and
got
stuff,
this.
but-
I got this skin disease though. So
Yeah, man,
I'm
you're always
walking.
welcome,
I'm
man.
walking in humidor.
You have that extension cord?
And I come back out, I
be
sit
right
down.
back.
Yeah, I sit back down, and I start talking to a couple of guys because I figured that some of them may be vets, and I started telling them in the Navy, and all of a sudden everything
it, bro.
flipped.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing, man.
No,
It was
I
a good
think
place.
most of the guys they want to see if you're gonna come in and walk. Like if you're gonna come in, sit down, and just stick on your phone,
Right.
Or you're gonna come in and actually have valid input into a conversation. And once you come in here and they're like, wait a minute. Because we are kids, you know what
Sure,
I mean?
of
At the end
course.
the day, yeah, we're the whippersnappers or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, young
So,
bucks.
exactly. So they're just feeling you out real quick to see what kind of, because there's all those dudes that just nowadays, especially that they're like just constantly on their phone. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Like it just and
It's a different era now.
and as a smoker, you don't want to be around. Like I don't like doing it. Like you go into a lounge and everyone's just on their phone. You
I
know
don't
what
either.
mean?
I hate
It's
that.
annoying.
I hate that, and I mean that's one of the things that it's one of the reasons why I took on doing what I'm doing with the show, man, because I want to try to help educate people. I mean, so when I walk into a lounge and I can help somebody out, I mean, I went up to a lounge up in LA, and I was in the humidor getting a couple sticks, and I heard a guy kind of fumbling around about the cigar, and I kind of let him know exactly what was going on, and he was like, hey, you know what, thank you, man, I didn't know all of that, So it's good to have, a place where you can go and get a little bit of knowledge and also be helped at the same time.
Exactly. I'm the same way, but I understand there's some guys that are just setting their weight and they just want to smoke what they smoke. So sometimes I'll be doing an event and I'll walk in the humidor and I'll walk out with the guy and he won't have any Sinistro. He'll just have a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
The owner's like, I'm like, well, I know that's not what the guy wasn't wanting to venture out today.
Right.
I understand that. And this was a while back. Now we've gone bigger and stuff, but like. The first few events we did, I walked in the humidor and I came out with other stuff a lot of the times.
Sure.
Not a lot, but a few times because I understood like I didn't want to venture out that day. Sometimes you don't, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes you want your Mickey D's that day. You know
Right,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, that's what it comes
If I
down
want
to.
McDonald's, I want McDonald's. That's what I'm going to get. You know, you mentioned something. You know, you guys are getting a little bit bigger, and one of the things that I noticed is when we went to PCA, your booth was pretty fly, bro.
Thank you.
I mean, it was pretty fly. I like it. I know that you guys grew a little bit more from last year. Talk to us about the booth. I mean, how because you came out with the Honor Amongst Thieves, and you still had the core line. You were, I mean, the last Cowboy was really making traction. What was going on with the booth, man? How do you guys have it set up? I mean, what made you set it up the way that you did? Because you had like some big cigars out there, and I think they had like the bands on there or something like that.
Oh yeah. We have so you know you saw the humidor we had there, right?
Yeah.
So we had that custom made for IPCPR because you know it's super dry out in Vegas, especially during the summer. So like I used to be on the other side on IPCPR for such a long time that like I got sick and tired of getting cigars that would crack. So I was like I don't want to be that guy that hands out cigars that crack. So
Right.
we made one of our good friends, Ron. He made us that humidor, and while he was making this humidor, he actually made those for us. And it's made out of wood.
Yeah.
And then he made the band for us and everything. He's like, here you go, as a present for us.
Okay.
Awesome guy, dude. I mean, we were totally dumbfounded when he did that for us. It's like kind of a special thing, but the booth next year is gonna be exactly the same. We're just going two more spaces forward. So we need the space now because you know we want people to be. Again, same thing I was on the other side before.
Yeah.
I didn't like going into places, you know, putting your order, and then as soon as you're done with the order, they turn around like, okay, have a nice day, next. So like my booth's kind of like the opposite of that. I have like literally two sections that I pay. Like next year, I'm gonna be paying $5,000 just for people to hang out.
Right.
It's just a hangout section. I'm gonna spend $5,000 just so people can hang out. You can come put in your order. You can come not put in your order. You can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we're not that guy that's gonna be like, okay, got your order now. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. You know what I mean? Like next. Like you might as well, you know, like the bakeries with the numbers and shit.
Right,
you might as well just do that. You know what I mean?
Let's go, people. Order your cigars.
Right.
Get the hell out of here. I'm trying to run a business here.
Right.
Let's go. Move it, people.
And I like the socialness of like not telling people like get in, get out, get in, get out. You know what I mean? And I like being able to like, not that it happened as much, but I did get some downtime, and I was able to like, you know, if Mike was there, I want to sit down and talk to Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
You have the coffee, which I needed.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
you know, it's funny. Every morning, because we were so dead tired, even with that better coffee, we hit Starbucks every morning, just because it was just fast on the way, and it was earlier than when the models got to the you know what I mean?
Easy. So your booth, man. You know, it was a great setup. You guys had, you know, nice lights. Obviously, you were debuting the last Cowboy, kind of big at the time. You got glass casements with all the cigars and stuff in it. It was very nice. If you guys go to Sinistro on Instagram and also on Facebook, you can see the pictures that we're talking about. Don't go now because you're watching the show. So
Wait 5 minutes.
right.
right there.
Give us a little time first. But what we want you to do is understand what Sinistro is all about. It's a great line. They're making traction, you know, and I think that everybody needs one in their hands. That's really what I think.
It's been a big hit in the store, and you know, in the past we haven't done a lot of boutique cigars in this store, and we've kind of, you know, stayed with the core lines as far as the big names. And Sinistro was the first boutique cigar that came into the store,
Right.
and it's been a hit.
Yeah.
It's been a hit. The last Cowboy's been a hit. The Mr. Red's been a hit. One of my personal favorites, and I'm smoking right now, the Havana Vieja Lancero.
This HV is nice.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cigars. It's actually one of the favorite cigars among the staff here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I can understand why.
Yeah, it's a nice smooth cigar, man. And again, if you guys want to know learn more about Liberty Tobacco, we have a Facebook page, Liberty
Yes, you
Tobacco, and we have an Instagram page, Liberty Tobacco SD.
There it is.
You know, so feel free to come by, see what we're doing. We do deals once a week. We try to, you know, move it around a little bit so get customers to try new cigars and you know, encourage them. Sometimes people know what they like, so if you throw in a 10 or 15% discount on a certain cigar on a Sunday, they may be more apt to try it.
Right.
So it's a good way to keep up with what we're doing around here.
You guys get on down here. Sinistro's events going on. Liberty is giving, well, not giving, but there is barbecue here for you to eat. So there's plenty for you to do. The event's going to be going on to about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. We should let it 9. And it always goes a little bit later, but 9 o'clock.
Yeah, because I know James likes to stick around and talk to the customers, and which is great on him. He does that very, very often. But so how is it working with Charlie? I mean, Charlie has a hard reputation, around the industry.
He's a teddy bear. In fact, if we could get Charlie to come over here and talk a little bit.
I think that'd be awesome if we can get Charlie to come over.
Charlie, when you're not busy, Mr. Leo Brown here would like to talk to you. He's the man behind the scenes. He's the reason this all works and this play all.
Why it all exists.
And another thing that we do at Liberty, a big part of our business is wholesale.
Yes, yes, you do.
10% of our business is wholesale.
Yep.
Mike Gallagher's in charge of that. If anybody out there needs a wholesale account, if you have a store, or you're looking to bring cigars in, call the store, ask for Mike Gallagher. He's in charge of that. If I get him over here and talk to him about, have him talk about that as well.
I don't know if we want Mike on. I love Mike though. I love Mike.
Yeah. Mike's a great guy, man.
Mike is hilarious.
Mike's been great helping me out when I took over the buying inventory. He got moved over to, the change, even the wholesale. He's trying to build that business up even more.
Sure.
And so he's been more than helpful as far as telling me how things work, how to deal with reps, who to call, things like that. How we pay.
Right.
So it's been a great help. He's been here for a decade or so.
Yeah.
He's been here for a long time.
Yeah, but I know
He's a big part of what's going on around here.
I was here. I came back. A lot of people know my military background. I came back here in 2012, and he was one of the first people I met in here. Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
So, you guys come on down, join the event. We got barbecue, we got grills, and we hope to see everyone out here.
And in case you guys are wondering, the cigar porn shirts are in effect, and I got mine from my man up in LA. You can check out Cigar Porn Los Angeles if you guys want to order your shirts. And speaking of shirt, because I always try to do some kind of a giveaway, I'm going to be giving away one of these Cigar Porn shirts to a lucky viewer if they can answer a question towards the end of the show. And I do got a question.
Okay, good. I want to hear the question.
I didn't know.
Well,
I didn't know I was showing up for trivia.
Well,
man.
no, not you. But see,
No, not us.
the thing about it is that I've already asked a question that I'm going to throw back at the people at the end for them to answer. So it's going to be if they were paying attention to the show or not.
As long as you don't ask me, because I'll get it wrong. I'm not a very bright guy. I can help you pick out a cigar. But
Right,
after
that's
that,
all I'm good at.
My knowledge is very limited.
I'm good at
Oh,
cigars.
please, dude. He knows his stuff, man. He knows his stuff. Dude. And another thing is, they actually have a great group of guys that work in Liberty that know. They can we say shit?
We can say anything the hell we want.
Okay, well they know their shit down here at Liberty. I just
This
want
is
to make
the
sure it was
people's show.
Okay, that's good. But
This-
let me tell you, like some of the guys that I've talked to, like that work behind the register, know more about cigars than some store owners that I ran into. So I mean, very, very, very. These guys know what they're doing. They're like cigar geeks here, which I love. You know what I mean?
I hate when people come in and ask me, what's the profile of this cigar? Then I break it down. They're like, yep, that's what I want. It's hilarious to me. I love it. I love it. So we're talking to you about PCA and your booth and everything. Now you told me a funny story before about your mom, how intrigued she was about your booth.
Yeah.
What was going on with that?
So
I find this funny, you guys. I don't know about you.
last year, while we were setting up the booth, I snuck my mom and dad in to IPCPR. Well, back then it was IPCPR,
right.
And I'm gonna keep calling it that probably for 4 more years,
Right.
Because I was calling it RTDA up until 2 years ago.
Oh God, yeah.
So I know it's gonna go for a while.
Right.
So I'm gonna work on PCA, but it's gonna take me a minute. But I brought in my mom and dad just to show them around, so they can see what I'm doing. We're close family and everything. So we were walking around all the booths and stuff. And like the first thing my mom was like, "You're competing with all these big guys?" And I was like, she's like, "They're 10 times your size," And I was cracking up. It was actually very, very funny to me because while we were walking through, I took them to Scandinavian Tobacco's booth, and I was like, "Well, think about it like this, Mom. Like, this little booth owns 99% of the people in here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know, it's not the size of the booth; it's the motion in the ocean, guys. That's what.
Put it out there, baby. So there's one big thing that we already talked about is the honor amongst thieves. There's a little setback behind it, and you talked about the storm that happened down there. How is that going with the production now? I mean,
Well, the storm. So, thank God, the storm missed the Dominican.
right.
It literally was like aimed at the Dominican, and then it decided to make a right instead of going straight. And thank God it missed. So production, there's nothing wrong with production. The plants are great. You know, next year's crop's not going to be affected, so there won't be any downtime on tobacco. The only problem we had was, so for 1 week it was like hovering really close to the Dominican, and obviously it went through the Bahamas, and it totally destroyed the Bahamas.
Right,
Hopefully,
yeah.
you know, my prayers go out to everybody over there. It sucks that these people, like, they already don't have insurance and their houses
Right.
are gone and stuff.
I don't know.
But
She's not working
so it was
Saturday.
lingering close to the PR for a week, so we couldn't ship that week.
Right.
And then after it left that lingering stage, it started lingering. Well, it didn't linger. It hit Miami, and then it went up the coast,
both-
right?
yeah.
So then we couldn't ship into Miami. So we lost a week on the DR side because it was there for a week, and then we lost a week on the Miami side because it was there for about a
Right.
week. And you know, we didn't want to be one of those guys that puts out a letter saying that, you know,
We're sorry.
our tanker liner toppled over. We don't have any cigars. I know a couple of companies got their tobacco stolen, right?
Yeah.
I think Fuente.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a whole
Whole container stolen. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Mike, how does that kind of thing affect a store like this? You know, I mean, when the cigar is supposed to be there, then all of a sudden, well, wait a minute, we got the storm. How does that affect the store?
Well, you know how it is, man. People get stuck on one cigar, they like that cigar. And for good reasons, James makes great cigars. And when you don't have it in the store that's come in, sometimes they go to another cigar. You build that reputation with the customers as a vendor, and now it's not there. Now you lose it. Now you got to fight to get it back.
Right.
And that's the total issue. That's the total issue. I mean, but so like I said, we have a great clientele here, a loyal clientele, and you know, James has always been upfront and honest about what was going on. I'm able to relay that message, and
Right.
the customers are usually very understanding.
Yeah.
You can't fight Mother Nature.
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Mother Nature is going to win every time.
Yeah.
And
If Mother Nature's going to tell you you're going to wait 2 weeks, you're going to wait 2 weeks.
You're not gonna fight. Yeah, you can't fight that. You're not gonna win that battle.
Not going to
you
win
know
that
what I mean?
battle.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I look at, you know, both sides because it does affect, you know, the manufacturer. It also affects the end consumer. So, you know, those storms and everything, it's like, what happened? You know, I mean, we all hope that everybody's okay down in the Bahamas. I mean, we hope that every life is still there. We know that there's probably some that might not be, but, you know, Mother Nature's just a beast, man.
Yeah,
It's a beast.
but that's where communication is so important.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, James called me up, told me exactly what was going on. I was already ahead of the game. I was able to let the customers know, hey, this isn't it. It's a hurricane.
Right.
Slow down production. Get me to Miami once I left the DR. And like I said, 90% of the customers are going to be understanding.
And it's actually, the stuff's getting in actually in about Monday. So right now we're doing a special at Liberty. If you guys do pre-order an honor box, because Mother Nature screwed me over, what we're gonna do is every box gets an extra 2 Last Cowboy Lanceros, and everybody knows we don't make that cigar. So if they're online, they can call in and order maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they call in and order, I'll make sure the deals are still good for that.
Nice.
And so anybody who pre-orders Honor Among Thieves here will get 2 Last Cowboy Lanceros from me. Because it was our mistake.
And we appreciate it.
Getting here.
It's above and beyond. That's what I'm talking about Sinistro and James. He's always going above and beyond to take care of the customers. We totally appreciate that. The customers appreciate that.
Right.
And on that note, I got to go serve some food and make some sales. And we'll see if we can get Charlie over here to talk a little bit.
Okay. All right.
See if I can get him.
So
He's a little camera shy.
I did want to ask you one big question. I mean, you did a huge run on the limited edition Last Cowboy. Is that done now? Is the run over? Did you go ahead and
we
get
did
rid of everything?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was only for Mardo. So
Yeah.
all 500 boxes were for Mardo. I think he is sitting on some boxes. because I think he wants to save it for next year and sell them next year.
Right.
But we went through, I mean, not we, he went through them like water. We went through, I think he's already done with 400 boxes. Wow. He's just sitting on another 100 to wait on it. And that's a one-time running deal. We're not going to do that cigar again in that format, in that Vitola into the Cowboy. We may do it later on in a red or an honor, but never again on the Cowboy.
That was one amazing cigar, dude. I like the way it was shaped. You know, you put the paper around it, made it look like sticky dynamite. You had the pigtail on it. That was just awesome, dude. I really love that. That was very unique, very different. And
No. They said it
I don't
was
know. We
you.
probably won't see it again.
Yeah, but it said, I asked who was telling the funny jokes, and they said you.
Right. Mr. Red, but I promised Mario it's only going to be for the last Cowboys for him. There you go. That's Charlie right here.
We're gonna bring the man behind everything in, Mr. Charlie.
The legend.
This is Charlie. This is the man that has been here the longest. He's the man that established it. Look, you cannot beat this. You can't beat this. This is all you. You have brought this place alive. You have been here since day one, and you have continued to create it to be what it is. Welcome in. How are you, sir?
Good. Everything's fine. Having a lovely day there. And thanks for you guys being
Oh, thank you.
It's just good. Everything's good.
Absolutely, yeah, it is.
And like I was telling Mike, I didn't show it, but even before I had walked in here to do a sale or anything, I had been a customer of you guys. And to be able to get in, like my foot in the door and be able to have you guys sell my product, it was like a dream come true. It was literally like you guys were one of the staple shops I wanted to get into. It was a dream for me to get in here and be able to do business with you guys. And it's actually a dream for me to do an event for you guys over here. And I've always looked up to the store and I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Thank you for that, and it's a pleasure in having you on board with us.
Thank you.
We love your cigars, and we're happy to have a show and have you on board with us for events anytime.
Awesome. I'm a student of it.
Any of you guys out of town that don't know about Liberty Tobacco, when you come to San Diego, you want to hook up with me, we will come right here to Liberty Tobacco. Charlie's here sometimes he's not. But you know what? That's the price of being an owner. He got great people that can take care of the shop. But if he's here, we'll get you hooked up with one of the staple lounges in San Diego.
Thank you. I've been blessed over the years. I do have tremendous employees working for me and tremendous customers. I've been very blessed over 40 years now. And, people coming from all across the border.
All walks of life.
Right, doctors, lawyers, blue collar workers, everything. And they're all great people.
Absolutely. I mean, I understand that you've been here 40 plus years.
Yeah, 75, so that'd be
44, yeah.
In October, so and I've been a show for 34. I have friends that opened it in 75, and I took over in 85, and it's been just run, and I'm just very thankful.
Oh yeah.
Happy to have you guys here today.
We're happy to be here. We're happy to be here.
Hey, it's sun, good food,
Right?
Good so fun. Sit back and enjoy the football game. You can't ask.
Can't ask for anything more. No, absolutely not. I know Mike Alec and I, we've been trying to get together and get a show in here, and finally we sat down and put this thing together, and here we are.
Well, this is the first. I think this is the first time we've had something like this.
Well, I won't make it the last.
All right.
We'll do some more.
Okay.
We'll do some more.
Absolutely. You're welcome back anytime. We'll love having you. It's we didn't do this 30 years ago, right?
No.
This is new for us. It's great to having you on board for this.
Thank you.
I'm looking at, I gotta get to Dixie line by 5 o'clock.
You got it, my friend.
So I'm gonna duck out on you right now.
It's fine because
And,
I'm about to wrap up anyway, so it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
You got it. Thank you so much, Ken Charles.
Thank you.
You got it. You got it. All right, you guys, and I'm actually getting ready to get out of here. Hopefully, you guys get down here for this event right now. It is already going on. We'll be here till about 9 o'clock tonight. So you guys don't be afraid to come down here. Check out Sinistro. Check out some of the other great cigars that they have here too. Plus the relaxing atmosphere, and the football game is about to start. So you guys get on down here, get some barbecue, and I'll see you down here. You guys keep it going, and also say it again. So the question of the day is, James, his mother was at his booth when he was at PCA last year. There was a company that James mentioned that ran the entire event. You guys can tell me the name of that company, I'll get you a cigar porn shirt on Barrels and Leaves. All right, tell me the name of the company that ran that year, PCA. I'll get you a cigar porn shirt. All right, but what you have to do is you have to DM me. Okay, so go into the inbox. Don't put it out on here. Go to my inbox. All right, inbox me, and the first person that answers the question gets a cigar porn shirt. You are not entitled. All right, you guys, I am out of here. Thank you for joining Hang with Barrels and Leafs. I'm your man, Leo Brown, and I will see you next week as we will be coming from 3-in-1 Cigar Shop in Eastlake, California, and we will be talking Cigar 101. Cigar 101. Love you guys as always. I'll see you guys on the Monday rant as well. Peace.